As a child, I thought everyone could see what I could see. And it wasn't until I was about 20 when someone said, you probably shouldn't say, can you see that woman over there? And things like that. I honestly.
Welcome to Positive Vibes. I'm Nicki Dennis. This podcast is where we come home to what matters most: connection, clarity, healing, and those unseen forces that nudge us back to alignment. Today's guest is someone who moves in these sacred spaces, not just spiritually, but literally. Sam Ritchie is an angel guide, space clearer, oracle card reader, and soul supporter. And for 25 years, she has been quietly doing work from transforming heavy, chaotic, or even harmful energy into something lighter, calmer, and more connected. She trained under Kyle Gray and now helps people across the world shift energy in their homes, businesses, and lives, sometimes with nothing more than just a floor plan and an intention. The results? Greater well-being, peace, clarity, even faster house sales and business growth. But this just isn't about clearing rooms, it's about clearing within. And today, Sam's here to show us how we all can shift our stuck energy, tune our into our guidance, and raise our vibrations of the spaces that we live in. Sam, I'm so happy to share this space with you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Sam, I want to start with you. What led you to this work with angels and energy? And was there a moment in your life where things shifted or opened up for you?
Yeah. So I've always been able to see and communicate with things that perhaps most people can't. And as a child, I thought everyone could see what I could see. And it wasn't until I was about 20 when someone said, you probably shouldn't say, can you see that woman over there? And things like that. I honestly thought everyone could. And from that point, I sort of tried to shut it down, but not particularly
Mm.
successfully. And I worked as an estate agent, and I was just able to sell properties that no one else could. And I didn't really know why. If I come across a spirit, I was asked that it was sent to the light, and it just happened naturally. And
Ah,
I didn't think anything of it, if I'm honest.
okay. So
And
that just
then,
happened naturally. You just knew to see the spirit and just to move them on.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And then roll on a few years, and I'd fallen off the spiritual path. I was really interested
Mm.
in stuff, but life gets in the way. Two kids come along, and we moved house, and I knew there was no spirits in the house, but the energy was off. It wasn't
Mm.
comfortable. One room was painted black, ceiling as well, which
Ooh.
probably didn't help. Right? So that just tells you the mental
Yeah.
state of the people that were there before us. And I was just having a conversation with someone, and I said, I know there's nothing in there, but the energy's off, and I don't know what to do about it. And she went, well, you should space clear.
Oh.
And that was before Google, right?
Oh,
So
long
it
time
was,
ago.
so you couldn't just go, what's space clearing?
Yeah.
And it all come up. So I set about my house, just clapping and joss
Yep.
sticks and intention. And what happened was I saw loads of the history of the house, which in this instance was not pleasant. And
Mm.
I excitingly told the person who'd told me about space clearing, and she went, most people don't see anything when they do this.
Oh, wow. You have a
But
gift.
for me, I just thought it was normal. And, I was telling
Yeah.
her, like, everyone does this, right?
Yeah. So how old was the house?
So the house was 1920s. It was an old
Ah,
railway
so you saw a
cottage,
lot. Mm.
but the energy was more recent than that. The
Hmm.
problems were mainly from the people that we'd bought the house off.
Ah, okay.
Um, they had been the issue.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, so I didn't get lots from the time the house was built. It was more the
More
recent stuff.
recent. And then it felt lighter and more.
Yeah, and we stayed there for years.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, just on years, 25 years is a long journey of developing your gifts, and you've touched on it. So you said that you had children, you lost your way. So what got you back on your path? What committed you back to that?
Yeah, so all of that time, every property we lived in, I space cleared, and if someone mentioned they had a problem with the smell or
Mm,
just uncomfortable energy in their house, then I'd go and do it for free, just as something that I did.
yeah.
And then I was working in kitchens in Spain where I live, and then lockdown happened.
Yeah.
So all the bars were shut. So that was my job gone. And but I saw it as an opportunity.
Mm,
It gave me time. My kids were then at an age where they were just finishing school. One had finished school, one was in her last year. They didn't need me so much.
yeah.
And so I took the opportunity to take the time to study. So then I studied with Carl Gray, learned
Mm,
how to read oracle cards, which I absolutely loved.
mm,
And I started because so many people were so afraid and lost at that time
yeah.
and also marginalized. I started doing oracle card readings for free.
Yeah. And it's
And I
really
did
getting that connection
hundreds.
with each other. Yeah, because
Yeah,
we lost a lot of connection with each other over that time. So you did hundreds of card readings for free over that time.
yeah.
What a
And then
beautiful person you are.
it was great fun, and I really liked it when they just gave me a name, and I it was on Facebook, but I never looked at their profile or anything, so all I had was a name. So
Mm,
it really built that muscle because I had to trust 100%
mm,
that all the information I was getting was accurate because you have no feedback if you're just
mm.
talking to a computer.
Yeah,
So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But
yeah.
then people wanted to pay me, and I was like, hang on a minute. I could
Idea.
actually,
Hmm.
yeah, I
Turn
could feed
your
my family.
turn your beautiful gifts into a reward for yourself for giving so much to others and holding space for others. Yeah, it's a win-win situation, isn't it? It's lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then, so I created a website and I put on there space clearing,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that it would be a very tiny part of my business because obviously I live in rural Spain. They've got to be
Mm-hmm.
close to me, either spiritually minded or have a huge issue. And so I didn't think anything of it until a friend of mine whose house I'd space cleared about 10 years before and forgotten that I'd done here in Spain, a holiday home,
Mm-hmm.
contacted me and she said, Sam, I have this real big problem. I have a rented property. It was my grandparents' house. It needs essential maintenance, and the tenants won't let me in to do it.
Oh, okay.
Can you space clear it from a floor plan and an address? And I said, I have no clue, but I'll give it a go.
Oh,
And
why not try?
well, yeah. And all my cards at the time are saying, just say yes, work it out later.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And as I drew the plans, because that's what I was told, draw the plans out,
Yeah.
this information started dropping in, including her grandparents' names. I was like, okay, I can do this then.
Mm. That,
And then, even better, within 24 hours, and it wasn't even 24 hours, the tenants had given her access and the work had been scheduled. It was
that's
like,
amazing. It's amazing, isn't it? The energetic shift that you can have at a distance, at that remoteness. Yeah, that's an amazing
yeah,
gift you have. Yeah. And to get that feedback as well. Yeah, you're very, very, very talented. So, for someone that doesn't know anything about space clearing, how would you explain to them in simple terms from but heart-centered terms, if you know what I mean? Mm,
yeah. So, if you think back to a time when you've walked into a place and you've either felt totally at home or you just
mm,
want to get out of
yeah,
there. right? We've all walked into those places and it can be a pigsty and you just feel at home, right? It just feels nice.
Yeah.
And then you can walk into the most immaculate home or place and think, I don't like it here.
Mm.
That's you picking up on the energy.
Mm.
And we even say if you walk into a room and there's been an argument, you can cut the atmosphere with a knife,
Yes.
right? So you're feeling the energy around you.
Mm.
And we do this all the time without even realizing it half the time.
Yeah.
But what space clearing does is it removes the negative
Yeah.
because like our memories, it's always the negative stuff that replays more than the positive stuff, right? And
Mm.
we have to train ourselves not to do that.
Yes.
So with a property, it's the same. The
Mm.
negative stuff has the bigger handprint and shows up more than the positive.
So it
So what we
technically
want to
gets
do,
trapped there. It doesn't
yeah,
move on. Mm.
yeah, it's like the house has a memory.
Yes.
So what we want to do is get rid of the negativity, the negative memories, any trauma,
Mm.
any arguments, and it doesn't have to be big things that cause that energy to be unstable. And we want to get rid of the negative and enhance the positive.
Yes.
So the first one that I was telling you about a moment ago, after I got past the negative, I saw this most amazing Christmas party in the front room. It was
Oh,
like, I'm just going
wow.
to stay here for a minute because this is so lovely. And so once you remove the negative things that are holding the property back,
Yes.
you get to enhance those positives so
Yeah.
that they stand out and they affect
Yeah.
us.
It shines. The house just starts shining. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. So that's an example around house cleaning, clearing. You also do businesses. Have you got a story that you could share with us where you've witnessed a business excel or flourish after you've cleared that?
Yeah. So I normally, well, okay, let's start with that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a guy come to me who I've known for a long time, had a business, just wasn't getting where he wanted to with his business partner.
Mm.
Nothing much was happening. His office was in his home. So I space cleared his whole house.
Mm.
His the way his office was set up, because it was so small, he was facing a wall.
Ah.
Now, I'm not a feng shui expert, but I was told categorically he needed to be facing the door. It wasn't physically possible. So we put a mirror up so he could see the door. Because if you
Okay.
face
Yeah.
the door, even if you work online, you're inviting clients in. So
Ah.
if your office isn't facing your door, so you
Mm.
can see the door,
Mm.
right? Change it so you can see the
Thank
door
you. Thanks for that tip.
because
I will do that.
because it invites clients in.
Ah,
Again, in a really short space of time. Again, it was less than a day. He had the phone call he'd been waiting for.
excellent. Oh, that's
I work. I also work with a big businessman in the UK who's got industrial plants,
hmm.
and I space clear his properties regularly because he's got so many employees, and we all take our energy with us wherever we go, and we
Yeah.
drop our bits of energy. So if we're not
Yeah.
having such a good day, then we're leaving that behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I work with him monthly. Some months I clear the spaces, and some months I give him Oracle business card
Yeah.
readings
Yeah.
so that
Okay.
he stays on track. And
Yeah.
since we've started working together, his business has started to soar.
Mm. So for creative people out there, what would you say is important about clearing those areas for those that are looking at, using spaces to heal people or do creative work?
If you're a healer, then obviously people are coming in and they have an issue.
Mm,
right? So it doesn't matter how amazing that person is. If they're not feeling great, then they're leaving that energy behind. And
mm,
also it can attach to their energy.
yeah.
So I would really suggest that they did a energy protection. Most healers will do this
Mm,
automatically. I love to do it in the shower
yeah.
because it doesn't take up any time, right? But
Yes.
you don't forget either,
No.
right? Because how many of us forget to protect our energy on a regular basis? But
Yes.
we all shower. So if we put that into our routine,
Yeah. It
we
becomes
don't forget.
becomes accustomed to what you do. Yes, and it's streamlining our processes. So yes.
Yeah,
No, I get that.
exactly.
And also, how often would you say, for particularly healers, how often should they be clearing that space? As you said, a lot of people leave their energy behind.
Yeah, I'm not a hands-on healer, although I have trained in
Mhm.
doing it. If I did, I would be clearing my space every day.
Yep.
I would be clearing my space, either just saging it after every client, or
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I would be going around, I'd be clapping, I'd be using my bells, I'd be using my singing bowls and sage, Palo Santo, and clearing the energy of that space at the end of every day.
Mm.
And
Okay.
I'd also clear my aura because you don't want to take other people's stuff with you.
No, we don't want. We've got enough going on our own auras, our own energy,
Exactly.
let alone
We
where
can
else.
we
Yeah.
Exactly. We've got enough to deal with of our own stuff, haven't we?
Yeah. So you've given us some good advice around space and clearing and also, protecting ourselves. For those people that are very sensitive to energy but don't know how to work with it, what's one gentle practice someone can try to clear and bless their space at home?
Okay, so I believe that everyone can and probably should be clearing their energy.
Mm,
The only caveats to that are if you suffer from mental illness or you're scared,
yeah.
right? The chances are that you won't see what I see, but if you're scared, you might, right? And you might see things you don't want to see.
Mm,
So they're the two times. If you're scared, you draw in stuff to be scared, right?
mm.
So they're the two times you shouldn't do it. Normal people.
On a
Is there
normal
such
day where you're feeling
on a
good?
normal day? Yeah, when you're feeling good, everyone could do this.
Yes.
How I start is I always protect my energy, number one, right? I do this multiple times a day because of the work I do.
Mm-hmm.
Then I set the intention. So I say a prayer. I use the basis of Carl Gray's work and create a prayer, thanking the angels and guides for revealing what I need to know and for clearing the energy of that space. Then I clap. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone can try this, right? Because you start clapping around your walls, you can hear the energy. You
Ah.
can actually hear the energy change. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something for everyone to do really quickly, right? And listen, and you will hear the change in the energy.
Mm.
Then I use Palo Santo and sage.
Yes.
And the areas you can't reach with your clapping and your Palo Santo and sage, like the corners of the ceilings and the walls,
Mhm.
they're areas that you need to put your intention that it's going there to clear.
Yes.
Because also they're the difficult places for us to get to, but that's where a lot of the stagnant energy stays.
Mm.
So intention to get into the corners.
Yep. So you don't need a duster to get up there. It's all about intention and
It,
and
it is. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure how you could do it with a duster and sage.
no, might have a bit of a fire going on there.
Yeah, we don't want
No.
that.
Yeah, and
uh,
clapping. So yeah, because that builds in energy yourself. Yes, yes, and it's
yeah.
very ritual, isn't it? Clapping, isn't it? Yeah, ritual healing. Mm.
And if you have nothing else, if you've got you've got hands, and if you haven't got Palo Santo or sage, but you've got a joss stick, use that.
Yes.
And candles. I love candles. I have candles everywhere.
So do I.
Um,
Yeah.
and then I use bells as well.
Yes. Yep.
And I've just added tuning forks because
Um,
they're cool.
yeah.
And then I finish the energy with the singing bowl because that just calms everything down and smooths it nicely.
I love those.
And then
Mm.
I do too.
Mm.
And then I finish by thanking the angels and the guides for the clearing the space. If a property's on the market, I thank it for the perfect buyer coming
Mhm.
along quickly and paying a good price and for them to be happy, healthy, and abundant. If there was any spirits, I ask that they're taken to the light.
Mhm.
Um, and I always ask every single space clearing I do that the people in that property are healthy, happy, and abundant.
Yeah. Thank you
I
for
work with
that.
some estate
Mm.
agents as well. So if I'm
Yeah.
working with an estate agent, the owner might not know that I'm space clearing it.
Yeah.
So I then say under the law of grace
Yes.
because I
Okay.
don't want to mess with other people's free will. And if
Mm.
you say under the law of grace, what you're doing is you're talking to their higher self so they can
Yes.
allow the healing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for those tips. It's sort of there's no wrong or right as long as you do the right things that feels good for you and
Yeah,
acknowledging the spirits around you and the energy around you and all the others that you're trying to, yeah, send good energy to and protect. Yeah, okay. Thank
yeah.
you for
There
that.
really is no wrong or right. It's follow your intuition.
Yeah, yeah. And everyone's got intuition, so everyone has to dig deep and yeah, bring that into
Yeah, and
light.
you
Yeah,
you might do it a different way to me. That doesn't
yeah,
mean that you're doing it wrong.
yes,
It's just that we're different people with different energies. So we've
exactly.
got to do what works for us.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you. So you also not only do you read oracle cards, but you also hold spiritual circles.
Yes.
So what happens in those gatherings and why are they so healing for people that attend?
Okay, so I had never even been to a spiritual circle. And a friend of mine said, Sam, I really want you to do a spiritual circle.
Yeah.
Will you do one? And at that time, all my cards again were saying, just say yes. So I said yes. And then I contacted someone that I knew had run circles and
Mhm.
said, what do I do? Do I just follow my intuition? And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what you do. So the first one was 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. And they had the quickest meditation in the history of meditations because I was so nervous. I was just like, la, 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 which was quite hilarious. However, some of the people that came to that very first one still come, so that's good.
Yeah.
That must have done
So,
something right.
so you've got better?
I've got better. We
Yeah.
don't do high speed meditations
Uh,
anymore. So we always start with a prayer just to set the intention.
Yep.
And then we have a topic of the week. Like last night, I was doing my online circle and we did gratitude.
Hmm.
So even with the online, I like some feedback. I like some communication, some chat,
Yeah.
because I'm not the oracle of all knowledge, right?
Hmm.
Other people have different experiences,
Yeah.
different practices, and it's always useful to know everything.
Mm. And in those circles, it's a collective to share and to hold each other and support each other. Mm.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mm.
we do that. So I would do a bit of research about a topic if it's nothing I know about, and then throw it out and say, okay, what's everyone else's experiences? Then we do a protection meditation.
Hmm.
Then we do a healing share. So we share healing not only for the people in the circle, but we also have a healing book. We only have first names in it because they know who it is.
Yeah.
And and we send distant healing to all the people in that book as
Mm.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we do a meditation that I channel from about the topic of the day.
Yes. Okay. Hmm.
And then I pull some oracle cards
Ah. Yeah.
before we close with a prayer.
Is that meaning for the circle, or do you pull them for individuals in the circle?
I pull them for individuals in the circle.
Hmm.
Um, Depending how many I've got on the online one, depends how many I do, because obviously I can't do too many because
Yeah.
it would take
Yeah.
up all the
Too much
time.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do a online oracle party on my Facebook page for
Hmm.
free every other Tuesday. So people get that experience for
Hmm.
nothing as well.
Yeah, that's a beautiful connection gathering that you are supporting there and hold space for those people. So yeah, thank you for that. Your gifts to those people that attend your circles or your spiritual circles as well. So
Thank you.
you've also helped others connect to their personal power. What does that power mean to you from a spiritual sense? So you talk about the intuition and things like that, but we've all got the intuition. What does that mean from your perspective when we connect to that?
I think life goes better when we connect with our own intuition. The problem comes when we don't, in my experience, right? So you may have two paths you could take. One looks like it's going to be really easy, but you think, I don't, my intuition's telling me to go the other way,
Yeah.
right? But you go the easy route, and it always ends up so much harder.
Yes.
So, and also owning who you are.
Mm.
One of my ladies at Spiritual Circle said, "You're the first person that's told me to be authentically who I am and not to
Yeah.
worry about
Yeah.
anyone else."
Mm-hmm.
And this woman's in her late 60s, and no
Well,
one's ever told her to be authentically who she is.
mm.
And
Yeah.
we're all unique and we're all imperfect, but we're perfect in our imperfections. And
Mm.
it takes a long time, especially I think for women, to go, you know what, this is who I am, and
Mm.
that's okay. And if you don't like it, then that's fine too. You
Exactly.
know, you can't be friends with everyone.
No, or
It
be
just
everything to everyone and hold space for everyone. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So all you can be is you
Yeah.
and own that. And what I hope that the work I do does is give people the confidence to a know that their space isn't affecting who they are
Mm.
and that they are safe to be who they are.
Yes. Yes, and that's the space that you hold for them in those beautiful spiritual connections. Just touching base to what you said there about you going with your intuition and going with what's easy. I'm a big firm believer that your path will always feel uncomfortable. So go that way because if you get comfortable, it's not the right path. And yeah, it's really just pushing yourself into that next step in your life, and it's always going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit uneasy or trepidation there. But when you go the easy route, you don't seem to be getting any further in life. You just seem to be learning the same lessons over and over again, but not moving forward. So yeah, it just resonated to me what you said there. Mm.
Yeah.
So, what's next for you? Any new offerings or projects or ways you're expanding your work now? You've got a lot on your plate, I must say, with everything you do.
Yeah, well, I had my first book published in
Oh,
March.
wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I've got one here, Echoes Within Walls.
Yes. Yeah.
And that is a collection of case studies that have come
Mhm.
up through space clearing. But I am writing a spiritual novel at the moment. so, so and doing
Yeah, nice.
podcasts
Yeah.
because I'm loving the podcast journey.
Yeah. It's a
So I'm doing,
lovely way to connect, isn't it? Yeah. Like-minded
yeah.
people. Mm. Yes.
So I'm doing a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
The online circle, we've just done month one. So I'm hoping that will build as well.
Hmm.
I do I said, I mentioned before, a free Oracle card party every other
Hmm.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
and the circles in person as well.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, writing a book and
Yeah. You're an author.
serving my clients.
You're an author. Wow. To add
So
to that,
yeah, I'm
to all
quite
your, yeah,
busy.
yeah, very busy. But yeah, you're looking very blissful being so busy anyway. Yeah.
I am so privileged to be
Mm.
able to do this work. And it's not me that's really doing it. They're doing it. They need a human. And
Yeah.
I happen to be that human. And I'm
You're
very
that funnel.
privileged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, we all have that connection, but you're the one that's been open to it. And yeah, so you've got that gift. And there's a lot of us out there that are trying to find that gift or reclaim that because we're all born with it. We just need to reclaim it.
Absolutely, we
Mm.
are. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just being able to claim it.
Yeah.
And for some people like me, it was hard, well,
Mm.
impossible to shut down,
Yeah.
whereas other people find it easier to shut it down.
Yeah.
And then later they're like, oh, why did I do
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Which is
And
what,
then it's harder to,
yeah.
it's like I couldn't run a marathon because I haven't done any training.
Yeah.
And
Well,
spiritual work is just, building that muscle. Like if I wanted to run a marathon, which I don't, right, I'd have to do the training.
yeah. If you see me running, I'm running for my life. So
Me
run.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so no, I don't
Yeah, run really
mind.
fast.
So just on the spiritual side of things, was there a spiritual insight that you've had throughout your life that changed you forever?
Yeah, I was terrified. As a child, I was terrified, and I do not know what happened. But I must have been about 12. I mean, I would literally hide if the doorbell went. I
Oh,
was terrified of humans. Spirits, I was quite happy with them. Humans terrified me.
okay.
But at the age of 12, I really do not know what the catalyst was, but I suddenly was like, you know what? I'm not going to live this lifetime like that.
Mm,
And so I started to make myself get out of my comfort zone,
mm,
not hide if the doorbell went.
yeah.
And I've spent my whole life pushing my comfort zone to the point where if you'd asked me before I sent my book in, I would have said I didn't have a comfort zone. And so would my husband. He said, you just go, yeah, right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And worry about it later. When I went to send my manuscript to my publisher, that was the hardest button I've ever pressed. I was like, oh, I do have a comfort zone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we all have that. Yeah, it's something that, yeah, it's hard to turn off sometimes, but yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. So, also, is there a ritual that you turn to when things feel off, on a day-to-day basis that you just keep going back to?
Yeah, I have a very strict for me, I'm strict with it,
Mhm.
morning routine.
Yep.
So I have my cup of tea. If there's no one else home, then I just sit quietly. I
Mm.
like that sitting quietly just because my head's going 300 miles an hour when I get up. So I just like, okay, be monkey brain for a bit,
Yeah.
have my cup of tea, let it all settle, and then I journal. I pull an oracle card every day,
Mm-hmm.
and then I do a little bit of yoga every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that if I've got to be out early, I get up earlier.
Yeah.
For me, that's non-negotiable. When
Mm.
I'm not writing in one form or another, for me, things don't go so well.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't have to be long. I'm a huge believer in journaling.
Yeah.
I always start. Yesterday was a great day because normally it was.
Yeah. Well, you're here today, so I had to be. So,
Well, today's a great day. I woke up.
yeah.
Um, And then I always end it with today's going to be positive, productive, and abundant. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mm.
But
And
for me, that keeps me on the right track.
yeah. And just on that word positive, can you give me in one sentence what does positive vibes mean to you?
Positive vibes mean to me feeling really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just feel positive vibes are feeling good, feeling the beauty and the wonder that we live in, that sometimes we just don't see.
Yes, yep, absolutely. And yeah, just vibrating that out there and sharing that with everyone else there. That's yeah. No, it's a lovely, lovely word, positive vibes. I just love it. In that
It is it's great.
yeah, it's got energy on its own. Yeah. It's just
It really does.
yeah,
Just saying it, you can feel the energy and
yeah.
it makes you feel happier and better.
Yeah, absolutely. So you touched on all the stuff that you offer. So where can our listeners go to connect with you to book a space clearing or join your circles or have an oracle reading? Where's the best place for them to go and connect with you?
Okay, so I have a website and that's samangelguide.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And that's Sam Angel Guide as well.
Wonderful.
Um, yeah, I'm on TikTok as well.
Yes. Yeah. You,
Not that I'm not very much on TikTok, but I am on TikTok as well.
yeah. So Sam Angel Guides. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you're out there on many platforms, so our listeners can access you quite easily. So I'm sure you'll
yeah.
get some people, yes, contacting you soon around all your beautiful gifts. And finally, what would you say to someone who feels energetically stuck or heavy right now, but doesn't know where to begin?
Okay, journal.
Journal. Oh,
Journal. If you don't think it's the space you're in, space, I would space clear as well, right? But if you feel that it's still not shifting and you don't quite know why, get yourself some oracle cards. Ask. Thank you for revealing what I need to know. Why am I? Thank you for revealing what I need to know about being stuck. And then use that oracle card as a springboard to help you feel better, to work out what your best course of action is.
mm,
I believe oracle cards are a guidance tool more than a prediction.
yes.
Although if I say that, I always get prediction. But
That's you.
but it's like we we all have free will, right? So
Hmm.
even if a prediction came up, we can change it by turning left instead of right. We can change it.
We'll go the
So, but
easy
I
route
would,
instead of the hard route. Yeah.
yeah, I would use oracle cards to try to get to the root cause of why you're feeling that way,
Mm-hmm.
and then go from there. But
Okay.
and journal it.
Yeah, journaling. Yeah, that's something I'm hearing over and over again. So I think I need to start journaling myself in that
Yeah,
space. Yeah. Yes. And
and
it,
it does. The great thing about journals is it's only for you.
mm, yeah.
So it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be grammatically and spellingly
Mm,
correct, right? It's just for you. No one else is going to read it. So it can be total gobbledygook.
mm,
But if you're getting it out of here and onto there, it's not in here anymore,
yeah.
which is especially if something's bothering you.
And then that makes space for you to deal with life in other ways. Yeah, no, that makes it all makes sense. I've just got to get into very systematic rituals like yourself and yeah, each day provide that space and time is, yeah, find it. As
Yeah,
if you've got to get up and do other things, get up early. So sort of make that for yourself. No,
yeah.
that's good advice.
And also, it can really, journaling can give you clarity
Mm,
because we make things a lot bigger in our heads
mm,
than they actually are. But by writing it down, you're taking some of that power away. And then you can see for the wood for the trees. Like
yes.
if you've got if you've got a decision to make, Right. Well, what's the outcome if you turn left? What's the outcome if you turn right? It all
Mm,
becomes clearer.
yeah. No, no, thank you for those wonderful advice and tips and that. You've given us lots throughout this podcast, but especially thank you for your grace and your grounded
Thank you.
gifts and for reminding us that we don't have to carry the heaviness alone and not in our homes, our bodies, or our heart. You've shown us that there's support all around and within, above, and even the energy in the space that we live. Clearing isn't about dusting or cluttering, decluttering, I should say. It's about returning to stillness, to peace, to presence. So thank you, Sam, for sharing your beautiful gifts and your beautiful experience and giving us some advice today of what we can do. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
And to everyone listening, if the world has felt loud, chaotic, or even heavy lately, this is your reminder to clear your space. Light a candle, say a prayer, open a window, clap away to get that energy, as Sam has showed us here today. Call your guides in and remember your energy is sacred. This is positive vibes. Let's keep building a world where intuition is honored, peace is prioritized, and light always finds its way in. Sending you all love and positive vibes. Bye for now.